Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Nintendo.
You too will come to understand fear as I have.
Man, that was probably the longest series of advertisements and prologues and showing that, like, all the developers and all that stuff. So yeah, sorry about the prolonged wait there. But yes, this is the start of my new Let's Play, the next game in my long list of games that I've always wanted to feature in these videos. And this game has been on my mind a lot lately. I guess just me and some of my friends were talking about it, and I had recently gotten a copy and a used copy a while back, and actually sat down and played it, and just remembered how much I enjoyed it. This is a survival horror game that kind of flew under the radar for a lot of gamers. It definitely got a lot of good reviews, but never really sold very well. And in fact, I think the developer Silicon Knights hasn't really done much. I know they did the game Too Human, which was a PC. I think it was a massively multiplayer online RPG, but didn't really do so well. So Silicon Knights have kind of been fluttering around a little bit lately, and they haven't said they won't do a sequel to this game, but they're not exactly answering the call either. So, but yes, it's a survival horror game, and it's probably my favorite of the genre. But I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, I mean, this game is rated M, and it came out in 2002, as you can see on the screen there. So it's a lot of the stuff is pretty tame by today's standards, but there are some scenes in this game, and for those of you that are watching that have played this game, you'll agree with me. There are some pieces in this game that are very gruesome and more just very disturbing. I mean, this game has its fair share of jump tactics, you know, to those sort of quick, sudden things to scare you, but a lot of it is very brooding and very atmospheric in how it scares you. So, and there are some really, I don't know what's a good word for it, but there's some pretty creepy stuff, and it can be pretty traumatizing if you're not prepared for it. So, whenever there's an episode of this Let's Play that has one of those really gruesome things in it, I'll make sure to post a warning at the front of the video so you'll know what you're getting yourself into. I won't let you know right before it happens, because I want it to be genuine, but I wouldn't really. I mean, I know a lot of my audience consists of younger viewers, and I don't want I don't want to mess you guys up more than I already do. So, anyway, let's just jump right at it. Let me just make sure everything else is good with all the options. I think we're good on there. I have already played through this game once, but I'm going to start a new file here. So, I've previously completed the game. Would you like to carry over the information? Yes, I would. Boom.
Flesh, bone, bound together with the oddest magical incantation. This wretched book is where it all began so long ago. Before time, before humanity. I am Dr. Edward Roivas. I am a clinical psychologist. I am also dead. This is not my story, nor even the story of the Roivas family. It is the story of humanity. Like it or not, believe it or not, as you will. Your perceptions will not change reality, but simply color it. Humanity has been on the edge of extinction for 2 millennia, ignorant of so much and dependent on so few. The Guardians grow restless. Their time once again near. Whether by fate or misfortune, my family has crossed their path, and they didn't take kindly to it. Their attention turns to my granddaughter, for she is the last of my line, and the last hope for humanity.
No pressure or anything. And it throws you in to this little intro sequence. For future reference, remember this setting, because we will see it again. But yeah, it throws you in. No controls or anything, no intro. Well, a little brief intro, but yeah, it just just kind of throws you in the mix of things. And I'm out of ammo. Can't reload. Oh wait, no, I can reload. Oh, okay. Well, in that case. Oh, crap.
Remember me, Alex.
Hello?
Miss Alexandra Roivas?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Inspector LaGrasse of the Rhode Island Police. I'm sorry to disturb you, but there's been an accident with your grandfather.
I'll be on the next flight out.
Ah, Miss Roivas. I'm pleased to meet you. I trust you had a pleasant trip?
Yes, I suppose so, considering.
Yes, my condolences. This is most unpleasant. It's a shame we couldn't meet under brighter circumstances.
Yes, it is. Can we get this over with, please?
Of course. This way. But I must warn you, it's not a pleasant sight. I'm afraid there's not much to see. Miss Roivas, is that your grandfather, Edward?
Yes, it's him. He's wearing our family ring. I don't understand. Why are you showing me this? Can't you check dental records or something? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It's my job, lady. You're the only living relative, and no, we can't check dental records. There's no head. Ah, none of this makes sense. There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of force used here. I have never seen anything like this in my 20 years on the force. We have no evidence except for the body, and what's left doesn't say much. We don't have a single clue.
Well, you better find out who did this. I'm not leaving Rhode Island until you do. There must be some clue in this old mansion revealing what happened. I want answers.
So do I. I wish I had some.
Alright, well, that's the beginning of the story. It begins to unfold. I just read through all this. Basically just saying that, well, the police, for whatever reason, just can't seem to get their shit together. And one of the things I noticed about this game, like, I played it back in, I guess, 2002, 2003, and loved the crap out of it, but didn't really think about some of the story, some of the plot holes that don't make sense, like, why aren't there police people running around trying to figure this, like, why aren't there detectives? That is in the house right now, and in the mansion. I mean, that was only 2 weeks ago, and it's an unsolved murder, so. And yeah, if we try to exit, it basically says, oh, you can't leave the house, because you need to solve your grandfather's mystery of his death, getting his head chopped off. Oh, boy. And that's an interesting point. The hands to this clock are stuck to 3:33, and if you might have noticed when Alex was awoken by that phone call, the time on the digital clock was also 3:33. There's a key in the back of the slot, presumably for winding it. When you pick up the desk clock, you find a dresser key. Hot damn. Yeah, typical inventory stuff. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I mentioned earlier that a lot of this game has to do with very atmospheric, very creepy, very subtle hints at things in order to make things scary, to really set the mood. And I realize that my ridiculous voice and my silly commentary might take away from some of that. So I'll continue to play this game, play this Let's Play, with full commentary as I would always. But I'll also be uploading on the side identical videos of this playthrough, of this Let's Play, without my commentary. So for those of you that want to watch it with just the normal experience, I guess, then by all means check that out as well. I promise I won't be offended. If you see me crying in the corner, it's probably because, you know, something completely unrelated. So to begin, I'm just gonna be kind of walking around the mansion just to kind of give us some I guess some background, or if nothing else, give us a chance to look around a bit. As this guy apparently lived in a pretty big place. This is an interesting piece right here. Colored sigils carved in the wood, so. And that's a key point. Enough to insert a narrow blade, which we'll have to keep in mind. And note the little insignia there, right above the blade part of that little board. So we'll be seeing that I don't know, after quite a while. So a very dismal looking kitchen, a very sad refrigerator. The kitchen has not been used very much. I guess Edward wasn't much of a cook or a chef. Dusty old piano that Edward never really used. Oh, whoops. That Edward never really used. A dining room table with a seat for just one. So yes, Edward lived a sad, miserable, lonely life. And this is an interesting piece. This bit about these three colors. You might notice that the insignia for that purple one matched the one on the door. Lots of little hints at things to come, which is also why I'm kind of showing around the mansion. Like, I know where to go right now, but part of it is just exploring for ourselves. And what do we have so far? We have the key to the second floor, and then a dresser key. I don't know where the dresser necessarily is. It's probably in one of the bedrooms. Lots of pictures of old family members adorn the walls, and they all are definitely kind of creepy. And I don't know if it's just me, but when I see the like around the woman, it looks like there are hands grasping out. I'm sure they're just shadows, but I can't help but wonder if they did that intentionally. So the door is locked to the second floor, but we can unlock it, or can we? Because then the second we break it by dropping on the floor. So now it'll be broken. The second floor key is now broken. So can we still use it? No, it doesn't even give us the option. We can look at it, but yeah, that's that. So second floor is off limits for now. We need a way to fix it or find another key or something along those lines. In fact, I think that's the same picture as the guy up there. Oh wait, was that? Oh no, it's nothing special. So And I think this door leads down to the basement, but it is also locked. Man. Interesting that Edward locked up so much of his stuff. Like, it's his mansion, why did he keep everything locked? But, especially since he's the only one living there. Depiction of the family tree. And it looks like, I mean, is that... In the lower left corner of the family tree, is there, like, a body hanging there? Honestly, there's some weird stuff. Though, I mean, it says in the description, the Roivas family is... Oh, it doesn't say it here, but they've had a pretty tumultuous past, the Roivas family. There's this observatory. This little contraption, will be returning to that much later. But a nice little telescope. Well, not little, ginormous telescope, actually. Yeah, we can admire the setup that he has, but we really can't do much with it. A label that reads, "There be dragons here." Interesting. So apparently there's dragons. Wait, is it right where it's... Yeah, right in the lens, so... I don't know. Again, more hints of things to come. Nothing really around here. Lots and lots and lots of books. This guy was definitely a scholar. Yes, here it is. The Roivas family history is a troubled one. They were for whatever reason shunned by settlers in North America, suspected of witchcraft, all these things. They got involved with the Spanish Inquisition, all this crazy stuff. So it's they had it pretty rough. But yeah, tons and tons of books. I would assume that not all of it is about their genealogy. Let's see what else we got. And this is seemingly the end of the line. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, just a desk. Picture here. Well, this grandfather clock. This is the centerpiece here. Stands ominously in the corner, as it says. And well, since we've seen one recurring theme for the time of day, I wonder what we should set the clock as. Maybe 3:33. So set it, and sure enough, a mysterious pathway opens. And where does it lead?